starting with temperature. Okay, concept of temperature. Okay, so for example, you are having two bodies. Okay, a body, we are having two bodies. It is hot body and the other is cold body. Okay, now if they are brought in contact, what will happen?
Energy.
If they are brought in contact, heat energy will transfer from the hot body to the cold body. It means heat energy, this body is imparting heat energy to this body, and this body, it is receiving heat energy from the hot body. Okay, so here, this direction of flow of energy, what factor determines from which body to which body the heat will flow? It is the temperature. It is the temperature which determines the direction of flow of heat energy. That is, from which body the heat energy is going to flow to the other body. It's the temperature. It means this body's temperature is high as compared to this body's temperature. This body is at higher temperature as compared to this body. This body has lower temperature. Okay, and this heat transfer will continue till both bodies will have the same temperature. So what is happening to the water body? It is getting colder, and this body, it is getting warmer. It means its temperature is increasing and its temperature is decreasing. Till they both become equal, the heat transfer will stop. The heat transfer will stop. You can take example as well. For example, this is at 100 degrees Celsius. This is at 50 degrees Celsius. So this is at lower temperature as compared to this one. So now heat transfer start flowing from the hot body to the colder body. This body is going to impart heat energy to this one, and this body is going to receive heat energy from hot body. And so its temperature will increase. Heat is transferred. Its kinetic energy increases as kinetic increases. Motion of the molecules increases. Motion of the as the molecules gain the heat energy, they vibrate more. More vibrations, more kinetic energy. More kinetic energy means more temperature, and its energy decreasing. So less vibrations. Less vibrations, less kinetic energy, less temperature. So, and for example, the temperature becomes 75 degrees Celsius. I'm just taking 75. It can be 70. It can be 55. It can be anything between these two temperatures. They can attain equilibrium at any temperature between these two. Okay, that will depend on the two bodies, their material, their size, their mass, this mass and material of the body. It will depend. Okay, so for example, they have attained 75 degrees Celsius. So this body has cooled from 100 to 75 degrees Celsius, and this body has become warmer from 50 degrees Celsius to 75 degrees. So when both the bodies have attained the same temperature, what will happen? No more heat transfer.
Energy
There
will
will
not
be
flow.
no energy will flow. There is no energy going to be flow. So temperature, what does temperature tells about the body? It tells about the thermostat of the body. It tells about the thermostat of the body, how hot the body is, how cold the body is. So hotness and coldness, the degree of hotness or coldness of the body is determined by the temperature.
Temperature.
This is clear? Okay. So what is the unit of
Yes.
temperature? We discuss unit of
Degree.
temperature.
Degree Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Okay, Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit. So there are three units of temperature: degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius, degree Kelvin, or Kelvin.
The
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Kelvin. With Kelvin, we never use the degree. Okay, Kelvin. Okay, Fahrenheit. Forget for the time being. We won't require, since Fahrenheit 1 degree is not equivalent to 1 degree Celsius, not equivalent to 1 degree Kelvin, 1 Kelvin. So we avoid Fahrenheit for the time being. Okay. So how? Okay, which is the SI unit of temperature? Kelvin or degree Celsius?
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. Okay. How degree Celsius and Kelvin are related? 50 Kelvin,
270 degrees.
273.
273 plus
Okay, for
Celsius.
example, 5 degrees Celsius. Express it in Kelvin.
278.
273 plus 5 Kelvin. 278 Kelvin. Okay. So 0 degree Celsius represents 273 Kelvin. Okay. 0 degree Celsius represents 273 Kelvin. Okay. If a body is at 0 Kelvin, this 0 Kelvin, if the body is at 0 Kelvin, it means there is no molecular motion in the body. The molecular motion ceases in molecule at 0 Kelvin. And this 0 Kelvin is called as absolute zero.
Absolute
This temperature is called as absolute zero. At this temperature, the molecular motion of the in the body stops, that is ceases. There is no more molecular motion at this temperature. Okay, that means how many degrees Celsius it will be?
Minus 273 degrees Celsius.
Minus 273 degrees Celsius. At such high low temperature, molecular motion ceases. Okay, so we have discussed temperature. It determines the degree of hotness or coldness. So it determines the thermal state of a body. Okay. Okay, now we take little bit. It was 0 Kelvin, not okay. Okay, 0 Kelvin. Okay, now see here, if we are having two bodies, both are at the same temperature. Both are at the same temperature. For example, this is A body, B body at T Kelvin, T Kelvin. Okay, both are at the same temperature. No more heat transfer flow. Does it mean both bodies are having same amount of heat energy or thermal energy? Does
No.
it mean? No.
No.
It does not mean they have the same amount of energy. They may have, they may not have. Okay. So having the same temperature, it doesn't mean both the bodies will have the same energy as well, thermal energy. Okay. Or you can take it like this. If two bodies are there, okay, and we have to raise their temperature. Okay, both bodies we have to raise their temperature by same degree. That is, for example, 1 Kelvin, we have to raise the temperature. By the same amount of degrees, we have to raise their temperature. Will we require the same amount of heat energy for both?
No.
No.
Yes.
No. It does not depend on them. We may have, require the same amount of energy, or we may not require the same amount of energy. Okay. So temperature alone does not determine the thermal energy of the body. What is the heat energy? What is the thermal energy contained in the body is not alone determined by the temperature. Or we can say, what is the heat capacity of the body? It is not alone determined by the temperature. There are other factors which determines the thermal energy of the body. It means thermal energy in the body depends on other factors as well, along with temperature. This is clear? So what are
Yes, sir.
what all are other factors on which thermal energy depends? Okay,
Material
I
and
can give you one example. You are heating 1 kg of water, okay, or you can take 1 liter of water, and here you are heating 5 liter of water, and both you have to raise by 1 degree Celsius. So in which case you will require more heat energy? How much time you have to?
5 liter.
5 liter. It means
5 liter.
the rise in temperature depends on something more as well. Okay, so heat energy required to raise the heat energy required to raise the temperature by the same amount, or to increase the temperature with the heat energy provided to that substance depends on what? It depends on mass of the
Mass of the
substance.
body.
Mass of the body, you can say, or mass of the substance. It depends on mass of the body. More the mass, more the heat energy will be required. More the mass, more the heat energy will be required. Okay, we are going to discuss them in detail. Mass, it depends on temperature as well.
Yes, sir.
Temperature.
If
Yes,
more
sir.
the temperature you have to increase, more heat you have to provide. More the temperature you have to raise, you will provide more heat energy to that. Okay. Third one, it depends on
Material.
substance. That is
Material.
substance of okay, material, right? Material or substance of the body. That is what kind of the body is, which material it is made up of, material or substance of the body. So this heat energy provided, it depends on mass, temperature, and material of the substance or material of the body. It depends on these three factors. Okay. Now let's take first one. Okay. So for example, we are having a body. We have, okay, for this, take water. Okay. We are taking water. One is of 1 kg, 1 kg water, other 2 kg water. Okay. Now we have to raise for raising the temperature of 1 kg of water through 1 degree Celsius. How much kilocalorie we require? 1 kilocalorie. That's how we have defined 1 kilocalorie. To raise
sir.
the temperature of water
Yes,
of
sir.
1 kg of water through 1 degree Celsius, we require 1 kilocalorie of energy. This much is the amount of heat energy required. So when we provide this much heat energy, this will be stored in the water. This much amount of energy will be stored in the water. That will be its heat
Yes.
capacity. Okay. Now 2 kg of water if we have, and we have to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. So to raise the
2
temperature of 2 kg of water through 1 degree Celsius, we require 2 kilocalorie. Just double we require. So more the mass, more is the heat energy required. So here we can say heat energy, we denote it with Q. So Q is directly proportional to mass of the body. It is directly proportional to the mass of the body.
Mass
Heat
of the
energy,
body.
sorry, heat energy required to is directly proportional to mass of the body. To raise the temperature, directly proportional to mass of the body. Okay. Now second one, take the same thing. This time we are taking 1 kg of water. Here as well we are taking 1 kg of water. 1 kg of water. Okay. Now we have to raise the temperature of first case water to 1 degree Celsius, second to 2 degrees Celsius. This time we are raising the temperature of 1 kg of water to 1 degree Celsius. How much energy will be required? 1 kilocalorie. And same amount of water, that is material is same.
1
Same
kilocalorie.
material, only temperature we have increased by this time 2 degrees Celsius. So how much it will be required? 2 kilocalorie.
2.
Because we are raising the temperature by 2 degrees Celsius. So double will be required. It means amount of heat energy is proportional to temperature, that is by how much we are raising, delta T. By how much we are changing the temperature. Here we are changing by 1 degree Celsius, here we are changing by 2 degrees Celsius. So heat energy provided depends on temperature change. This is clear. Whatever heat we are providing, that will be stored as heat capacity of the top. Heat will be stored as heat in there. Okay. Material of the substance. Does it depend on
Excuse me,
material? Yes.
Sir, if the temperature of the first body is 10 degrees Celsius,
Okay.
and if the end of the second body is 99 degrees Celsius,
99 degrees Celsius.
and we have to increase the temperature of the both bodies by 1 degree Celsius.
Okay.
So then also the heat required to raise the temperature will be same.
See here, ideally we consider that it will be same. Ideally we consider that. Okay. But in reality, it won't be same. It will be different, slightly different. That's why earlier we have discussed that 1 calorie, how we have discussed. We are taking raise of temperature from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. That is, this change we have taken. For each change, there will be little bit variation in the amount of heat energy required. But here we take it as ideally. That is, for every 1 degree Celsius, same amount of energy will be required for the same amount of water. Okay. This is just ideal case we are taking. But it's not same for it. There is slight bit variation, little bit variation. Okay. Okay. Last one is material of the body or substance. Of what substance the body is made up of. Okay. So different substances require different amount of heat energies to raise the temperature to same degree. Okay. Here we are taking two substances of same mass, 1 kg, 1 kg. In book we have taken copper and Cu or recently copper. and 1 kg of water. Now, if we have to raise their temperature by 1 degree Celsius, this water will require 10 times the heat energy required for copper. This water is going to require 10 times more heat energy as compared to copper to raise the temperature through 1 degree Celsius. This is clear? For example, it requires Q amount. It will require
No, sir.
10 Q amount.
So not clear.
Okay, see it again. Okay, we are boiling different. Okay, we are heating different substances. Okay, having the same mass. Both are having the same mass, but different.
Sir, we can take another materials also.
Yes, you can take any other material.
Okay, sir.
Take rubber and water. Heat them.
Sir, iron water we can.
Yes, you can take any two substance. So in your book it is given copper and water. So we are taking copper and water. Okay. So copper, how much heat energy is required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of copper through 1 degree Celsius? Let it be Q. And here water, the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of same mass 1 kg through same degree 1 degree Celsius is 10 times more as compared to copper. Do you see
Yes, sir.
something? That means even by 1 degree Celsius, this water is going to store more amount of heat energy. This water
Why,
is
sir?
going you can see we have to, just for rise of temperature through 1 degree Celsius, we have to provide 10 times more heat energy as compared to copper. So if we compare these two, for each degree Celsius, this water is going to store more heat energy as compared to copper. It means it will have more heat capacity. This will have more heat capacity. It's like this. Two students are there and teacher is scolding both. So one who has the more capacity will hold back and will sit quietly. Other one start to tremble and all. Okay.
Very good
So
example.
which one is having more capacity?
Sir,
Holding capacity?
Sahan Shakti. So Sahan Shakti.
Yes. Tolerance, patience, you can say all that. So similarly, like we are providing more heat energy, but it is holding back. Not much change, but it changed a lot. Even little bit energy and it changed by 1 degree Celsius. So it is having good capacity to hold back, to hold the temperature, or to hold the heat. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, so heat energy content is characteristic depends on the characteristics of the material, depends on the characteristics of the body. Okay, this we denote as C, specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity, and it is different for different bodies. We'll be discussing in detail after some time as well. We'll be discussing this specific heat capacity in detail afterwards. So, if we derive the formula for using these two, heat energy is directly proportional to, if we combine both them, this will be the equation, this will be the relation. Heat energy is directly proportional to the mass of the body. More the mass, more the heat energy will be required. More the change in temperature, more heat energy will be required. And they, for equality, making them equal, we have added one constant, mc delta T. Okay, Cm you can say. Now C is what? This is the proportionality constant, and this is specific heat capacity. It depends on material of the body. For different material, this specific heat capacity is different. Specific heat capacity. It means how much energy it can hold back. That temperature, tolerance, spirit, or you can say that all. Okay. So this we are going to discuss in detail after some time. Okay. Specific heat capacity. So this depends on heat energy depends on mass, temperature change, and material of the substance. This is clear. So Q equal to
Yes, sir.
mc delta T. This is how we usually learn this formula. Okay. This is clear. Now, there is a difference between,
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Sir,
okay,
which material have the highest capacity of specific heat capacity?
okay, that we'll discuss on page number 265, hydrogen. You can see there. Okay, see here on page number 265,
So very
Just-
much hot.
just above that, one table is given. Specific heat capacity is maximum equal to 14630 joule per kg per Kelvin for hydrogen. And you can
Yes,
see
sir.
water is having good specific heat capacity. In the table, you can see as compared to other materials.
4180.
We are going to discuss them all, okay? Okay, so go through the differences between heat and temperature. In your book, they are given. Go through them once. Go through them once. Differences between heat and temperature.
Sir, go on.
So these differences we have discussed earlier as well. Heat is the form of energy which flows from hot body to the cold body when they are kept in contact. Temperature determines the direction of flow of heat. Okay, till same temperature is reached, no more heat flow. Okay, SI unit of heat is an energy, so SI unit of heat is joule.
Joule.
Whereas temperature, it's
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Kelvin. Okay, what does heat depends on?
Mass, temperature, and substance of a body.
Mass
Of the body,
degree of
yes.
temperature.
Whereas temperature, it depends on kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy.
Yes.
More the kinetic energy body have, more heat and more the temperature it will have. Okay. Heat is measured by principle of calorimetry that we will discuss afterwards. Okay. Whereas temperature is measured by
Thermometer.
Thermometer.
two bodies having same quantity of heat. They may differ in temperature.
Yes, sir.
If two bodies are having same amount of heat, they will differ in
Temperature.
temperature. They may
Yes.
differ in temperature, they may not. Majorly, they will differ in temperature. It's very rare they will have the equal temperature. And having the same temperature, again, it does not mean
Different.
both will have the same heat energy. Okay. Two bodies have, okay. When two bodies are placed in contact, total amount of heat energy will be sum of them of the whole system.
Yes, sir.
It will be sum. It means heat energy remains conserved. Within the system, energy always remains conserved. Always remember this. Law of conservation of energy. Okay. Whereas, what about the temperature? If two bodies are connected, temperature they will attain in between these two temperatures or not? If this is at this temperature, this is so somewhere in between them they will attain. Any temperature between these two temperatures they will attain. That is, one body will get cooled by something, other body will get hot by something. Okay. Differences are clear. Now we are going to discuss heat
Yes,
capacity. We are going to discuss heat capacity. Heat capacity of a body, or it is also called as thermal capacity. Okay. So for example, we have a body and we supplied heat to it. Okay. We supplied heat to it. For example, Q is the amount of heat energy we have supplied to the body. And there has been rise in temperature by delta T. That is change in temperature by delta T. So we supplied heat and temperature changed by delta T. So heat capacity means how much heat is required to change unit temperature. To change the temperature by unit, by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. This is clear? So heat capacity, we denote it with C dash. It is defined as amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of a body by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin by delta T. Heat energy required for a body to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius or bringing unit change in temperature. Or bringing unit change in temperature. This is called as heat capacity of the body. This is called as heat capacity of the body. Is this clear? So heat capacity is denoted with C
Yes,
dash.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I say there is 1 kg of water, 5 kg of water, will they have different heat capacities
Yes.
or same heat capacity?
Sir, again 10.
Okay. We are having 1 kg of water and 5 kg of water. Will they have the same heat capacity or different heat capacity?
Different.
Sir, different.
Different. See here,
Yes, sir.
for 1 kg, if we require 1 kilocalorie to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius, here to
And
raise the
sir,
temperature
5 kg require 5 kilocalorie.
by calorie. So heat
Yes, sir,
capacity is
more.
how much? 1 kilocalorie per degree Celsius
Yes.
or per
Yes,
Kelvin.
sir.
5 kilocalorie per degree Celsius or 5 kilocalorie per Kelvin. Okay. So heat
Sir,
capacity.
this is. Sir, if we want to calculate that this directly we can calculate like this that 5 kg of water then 5 kilocalorie the heat capacity.
Yes, mainly we know that for 1 degree Celsius, 1 kilocalorie energy is required. Okay, so it means this will have the heat capacity of what? 1 kilocalorie per degree Celsius. Okay, for example, if some substance is there, it is written 40 calorie per Kelvin. What does it mean? This is the heat capacity of a body, and it's written there. It means to
It
raise the
requires-
So the
temperature.
40.
1 calorie, 40 calories.
Okay, to raise the temperature by 1 calorie, it will require how much heat energy?
40 calories.
40 calories of amount of heat energy is required to raise the temperature through 1 degree Celsius, that particular substance. Or, for example, utensil you have brought and it's written there that it requires this much. Okay, so you can figure out that it will require 40 calories of energy to raise its temperature by 1 Kelvin. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. What is the unit
Sir, of what?
of
Sir,
heat
joule.
capacity?
Sir, joule
Joule
per Kelvin.
Joule.
per Kelvin.
This is
Joule per
the
Kelvin.
SI
Joule per
unit.
Kelvin.
Joule
Yes, sir.
per Kelvin. Other units, calorie.
Sir, degree also. Sir,
Calorie.
joule per degree.
SI unit is this one. Okay. Other
Yes, sir.
degrees, other SI units.
Kilo.
Sir, calorie. Sir, kilocalorie.
Kilo calorie.
Calorie.
Also. Okay. Relation you all know. Just joule and kilocalorie you can get it. Okay. 1 calorie per Kelvin equal to 4.2 joule
4.186.
Joule.
or 4.186. That's up to you. Okay. That relation you can do. Okay. This is fine. This
Okay,
is the
sir.
SI. This is the SI unit of heat capacity. Heat capacity. Okay. So one example is going to go. If the heat capacity of a vessel is 30 joule per Kelvin, it means we will
30 joule
require
heat energy
30 joule of heat
30
energy is
joule.
required to raise the
to
temperature
raise its
to 1
temperature.
Kelvin. Yes, I understood. Okay.
Sir, today
Now,
asking doubt, we are studying.
if you are studying, ask the doubts.
Yes, sir, then only we are asking today. We are
Yes.
studying.
But let me also give some time to explain. Okay. So we have discussed heat capacity. Heat capacity is amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature through 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. Okay. Unit temperature, we are raising that. Okay. This is clear heat capacity.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now see here. So heat capacity is that that much amount of energy will be stored in that body as temperature rises 1 degree Celsius. That will be the heat capacity of that body. Okay. Now we discuss specific
Heat capacity.
heat capacity. Okay. Till now, see a heat capacity depends on mass of the body. More the mass, more the heat capacity of that body. Understood? So heat capacity depends on mass. Less the mass, less the heat capacity. More the mass, more the heat capacity.
More the heat capacity.
But specific heat capacity, it is independent of mass. How it is independent of mass? Because we are calculating heat capacity per unit mass. Per unit mass we are calculating.
Sir, upon mass of the body, heat capacity
Upon
upon
mass.
mass of.
So,
यार मेरी क्लास चल रही है, तू क्लास कट करके कर ले.
yes, please be quiet.
Sir, Janvi's mic is on.
Okay, please stay quiet, Shekhar. Little bit less. Okay. So now let me explain first. If you have doubt, you may ask. Now we are discussing specific heat capacity. We have discussed heat capacity. It depends on mass. More the mass, more the heat capacity of that body. Less the mass, less the heat capacity. But if we calculate specific heat capacity, here we are calculating specific heat capacity, we are denoting with small c. It is how heat capacity per unit mass. If we express heat capacity per unit mass, then that quantity is called as specific heat capacity. Now see here, this specific heat capacity is independent of mass. Whether you take 5 kg or 1 kg, it doesn't matter because we are taking unit mass. We are taking in unit mass, what is the heat capacity required. For a unit mass of a particular substance, how much is the heat required to raise the temperature through 1 degree Celsius. Okay, we can do it further. C dash, it is denoted by Q upon M delta T. This is the specific capacity. So how we can define specific heat capacity? Specific heat capacity is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of unit mass of a substance through unit change in temperature, or through 1 degree Celsius or 1 degree Celsius for unit change in temperature. Understood? Specific heat capacity.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Okay.
again repeat. Sir, again repeat.
Specific heat capacity is defined as amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of unit mass through 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And later on, we will be using this formula. We can write it as mc delta T. So, heat energy, how much heat energy we have to give to a particular substance? It depends. More the mass, more the heat energy
Sir, more
required.
the heat energy.
More the temperature change we require, more the heat energy we require. Depends on material of the substance, heat energy required. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This C is the specific heat capacity.
Yes, sir.
That is for unit mass, how much is the heat energy required to raise the temperature through unit change or to bring the change of unit temperature change in the heat in temperature. This is clear? This is specific
Yes,
heat
sir.
capacity. Okay. Compare them. We are comparing. Okay, 1 minute. C equal to C dash. This is heat capacity upon M. So C equal to Q upon M delta T. Okay. Now go through the table 11.7. That is distinction between the heat capacity and specific heat capacity. Heat capacity is the amount of heat energy required to bring a unit change in temperature, and it is the amount of heat energy required to bring a unit change in temperature in unit mass. Okay.
Mass of the body, sir.
This here, it depends on
Mass.
mass of the body as well
The
as
substance and the mass.
substance and mass. It
The
depends on
substance.
both. Whereas the specific heat capacity, it does not depend on mass.
Mass of
It
the
does not
body.
depend on mass. It depends only on substance of the body. Okay. Heat capacity formula we already discussed. Unit of this one. What will be unit?
So joule, kilo.
Mass, kg, temperature, Kelvin. Joule per kg per Kelvin. This is the SI unit. Other units
Yes,
you can
sir.
derive yourself. This is the SI unit. Joule per kg per Kelvin. It means for unit mass, for unit change in temperature, how much is the energy required? That will be the specific heat capacity. It depends only on substance of the body. It depends on only on the substance, that is material of the body. It depends on material
Mass
as
and
well as
substance.
mass of the body. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we end the class here and
Thank
okay.
you, sir. Sir,
Thank you,
take the
sir.
attendance. Sir, take.